Another cracking Asia trade today and today's bias. Let's get it. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Jimmy Trades here. Thank you for joining me today. Let's take a look at the calendar quickly here. And we have unemployment claims coming in at 8:30 this morning. We have that high impact news getting done nice and early and out of the way. All right, let's move on. Remember guys to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like and share the channel far and wide. Provide plenty of free content here that would be valuable to many new traders. Alrighty, let's jump into NQ here. We'll jump straight down. Here we are on the 15-minute chart. Having a look here at this gap, 15-minute bullish gap here. And if we jump on and have a quick look at ES at the same time, we did have an SMT here at the low. We can see that between these two lows, we had SMT. NQ swept out the previous low, whereas ES did not. So if we move down to the 1 minute now, I mean, Asia and London have just been so good. Beautiful opportunities in comparison to the New York session. To be fair, they have played out much better. So we have that SMT plus we have this inversion. Once we get that inversion, we get this closure through right here, this one right here. You could look to take your position off of that, stop at the low, and you can just target out 2R. Or you could look at taking these highs, whatever you're comfortable with. You know, maybe you scale off or take some of your position off at 2R and then trail the rest out, but completely up to you. And we have another beautiful trade right there during the Asia session today. All right, let's jump to today's daily bias, moving out to the daily time frame. All right, yeah, we're getting there. We'll clear the chart off. We are rocketing higher here, aren't we? Got a small move lower off of the open. Are we going for all-time highs today? This is an indication to expansion. You can see, look at this, minimal wick to the downside, expansion candle. Minimal wick to the high side, expansion lower. Same here. So there is insight there. So we have that minimal wick to the downside, and it looks like we might be expanding higher here. So I'll be targeting price moving higher. Let's look at the 4 hour. Do we have any levels we could pull back to? I'd like to see that pullback to build up that liquidity and then punch it higher. So we have a gap here. We also have this gap down here, which will be, if we do start to get a bit of a reversal here, that would be in a discounted region of this range here. Similar to what we've done here, price pulled back into this gap and then expanded off of that. So even if we were to come back as low as this gap, we would see us move off this order block. That would be a really nice play and propel us higher. Moving over to oil. Look at that, guys. Look at that move there. Let's move to the daily. We had this gap. We moved up into the gap exactly like we marked out here. So good to see our ideas playing out. Must be doing something right. Playing out, moving lower. Now we've swept out this low. I still would like to see these lows swept out here, but we did take out this main level that I had been looking at, which was these equal lows. Do we have a reversal on the lower time frame? Not just yet. We've actually come up into this 4-hour gap and we've closed back inside the range. So potentially looking for price to run lower off of that. We can target out previous day low to start with before continuing to move lower from there. Moving over to gold, daily, getting some continued expansion higher here. Are we going to push through this gap eventually? It's fighting it, definitely fighting it. We have low resistance liquidity. You can see that right through here into this gap. So if we do pause here, this is also a balanced price range. What is the 4 hours? So if we still have, 30 seconds left on this current candle. What I would like to see, if we do close back inside the range here, it's probably not going to happen. This is a fairly strong seller's wick. We are respecting this bearish FEG here. Will we now move lower and take out this low resistance liquidity into this bullish gap for a leg higher? We have continued to close above and respect these opposing candles. Again, here. We'll see what happens off of this. We've got a reversal here on the 15-minute. You can see we've got that inversion, breakaway gap here. We've tapped into this inversion here as well. We've just tapped straight into that and looking like we might continue lower. Maybe we'll target out previous day low. It's a fair way to go to get to there, but it's looking a little bit bearish at the moment, especially on those lower time frames. Dixie getting that move lower. Another example here, we came up into this balanced price range, this inversion, and we wicked out of it and we've started to push lower. And I'm going to anticipate that price, even though we've swept out the low here, we are currently respecting the equilibrium, even this bottom quadrant of the previous day's range. And we could see expansion continue lower off of that. Same deal here with the euro, pushing higher. Although, will we get that expansion we're looking for here? Might need to look at the 4 hour. See, the 4 hour here is giving us a bit of a sell signal with this closure back inside the range. So we'll keep an eye on that. We might even expand as low as this level here before we get a bounce off. And over here on the pound, similar story, to be honest. Still respecting this gap. 4 hour close back inside the range as well. We've got that candle closure back inside the range there. We do have this bullish gap down here. We might see price roll into that, or we just bounce off this opposing candle. So keeping an eye on that. I'm going to keep these, keep an eye on these levels as we come into open. Heading over to Bitcoin now. Daily, these equal highs in here. I would like to see those highs swept out, and I would love to see a closure above that level. Targeting previous day highs, low hanging fruit, and then moving over to Ethereum. We are getting a nice move higher here. If we can get the closure above this level, then we can look to see price continue up to these equal highs. That's what I'd be looking for. All right, guys, thank you for joining us today. Feel free to drop a comment if there's some content that you're after or anything that doesn't make sense. I'm happy to answer questions in chat. So please let me know. Otherwise, you can join us over in Trade Foundry. Link is in the description. And don't forget, you can also grab your Tradeify evals for 35% off with code Jimmy Trades. Your Apex evals for 80% off with code Jimmy, and Tradezella subscription 20% off with code Jimmy Trades. Take care, guys. Bye for now.